Yes. I'm starting. All right. Well, of course, we're going to a commercial right as I start the stream. Ain't that special? All right.
I love this. The Chevrolet Cruze in Malibu are making quite an impression.
That's true. No, it's good.
Test drive one today and see for yourself why more and more Canadians are choosing Chevrolet.
I think I'll be trading in my car now.
Come celebrate Canada's 150th with Chevrolet.
Get 20%
of MSRP.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Select 2017 Cruze sedan and hatch models. Ends July 31st. First, there's sharp blades. Then, shielding lubrication. And cooling.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll keep it up. No problem.
Shields and cools while you shave. Pro Shield Chill from Gillette.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I really do. Alright. Of course, right when I start the stream, they go to a commercial. It's the way I was trying to avoid that, but oh well.
Are we ready? Sorry, I'm kind of new to this. So I guess this is the part where we talk
Oh, jeez, can you say my name? See, this is going to be a difficult one. First and last? Or just like your first name? Because I think I can do your first name.
Maybe you've got a business. Or a great idea to share.
Or all of the above. With your help, at GoDaddy, customer support is 24/7, 7 days a week.
You understand your values.
We'll get your questions answered promptly.
Okay, first. Rewas? I think I got it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Matthew, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I got it right. I got it. Right on. Fellow AL East rival, how you doing? All right. Well, you know what? I can't knock you for being an Oriole fan and a Sabres fan because, you know the Toronto team's pains. We get it. We're similar. We understand. Well, appreciate it. Even though you're a Yankees fan, I do appreciate the support. Well, yes, of course, man. I can't not support my Toronto teams, even though some of them frustrate me like crazy. But I gotta support the troops. There's Alex Woods on the mound. All right. Bertans, as usual, nearly giving up a heart attack. Yeah, well, but he didn't though. Not like he did against the Jays. That was something, wasn't it? I see Justin Smoke doing some damage already with a single and a walk. I love it. Excuse me, Alex Wood 10-0 with a 1.67 ERA. My God. Canada, baby, hey? Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that. Mookie Betts. This guy's unbelievable. As much as I'm a Jays fan, this guy's unreal. You're calling it Jonathan Scope going yard. Okay, well, I mean, he's an Oriole, so he can hit the ball, that's for sure. My question to you, I know you're an Orioles fan, so from a Jays fan, we're seeing, from a what, I guess a non-Orioles fan standpoint, we see Machado and we're like, oh, he's a stud, but his numbers aren't great. Do you see like any difference in him, or like what's the deal with him right now? I don't know if he's just chasing too much or what. I have no idea. Favorite Blue Jay player right now, or like are we talking in the past? Are we talking this team right now, or past Blue Jays, I guess? All right. Oh, here's Scope. All right. Right now. Blue Jays should get Stanton. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're gonna have to give up for that, but right now, God, a Blue Jay right now. They all make me frustrated. But if I had to pick one, he's dropping his shoulder a lot, I feel like. Okay, well, there you go. That would do it for sure. Still, that Blue Jay. You know what? It's between Stroman and Osuna. I mean, you can't go wrong with Roberto Osuna. The guy is actually unbelievable. But Marcus Stroman, I just love the energy the guy brings. It's just fantastic. You're seeing that the J. Yeah, you know what? I'm still like, I don't want to give up on this team when it comes to them playing, but like we've been saying, like, I don't know how long you guys have been watching the videos. I don't know when you guys joined, when you guys started watching, but what I've noticed with this team is they're so inconsistent at the plate. There's one game where they're taking tough pitches, but they're looking good, and then they crush teams. And there's other nights where like they don't look right at all, and they just look gross. You know, it's just weird. It's I don't know. You see two different teams out there, right? It's a great example would be the Astros series. You know, the Jays play really good games, and then they play really garbage games. Thanks, James. Yeah, 1,000 subs. Oh, he didn't get so he didn't get a home run, but scope with the double. All right, well, close enough. Yeah, says a Yankee fan. I'm a second. You know what? It was a lot of fun to watch that 2015 race for first place, and I do like the ending to that year, and that was a lot of fun for Blue Jay fans at least. Same with the Orioles. Yeah. Well, with the Jays, I don't know, man. They're older, and you can't wait too long to rebuild. You know, you don't want to wait. We'll just wait till next year and see what happens. No, because you're just getting that much older, and would you say trade value is kind of dropping for guys and things like that. So if you're gonna sell, maybe this is the year, because Bautista's not getting any younger, Morales isn't getting any younger, Donaldson, Tulowitzki aren't getting any younger. Now Tulo's going to be a tough one to trade, but it's going to be tricky. You can pick one pitcher and one hitter on the Jays right now. Who would you pick? One hitter and one pitcher. Well, are we talking starter or bullpen or either? I mean, if you're saying starter, then I'll say Stroman. Just because, I don't know, I just love the way the guy approaches hitters and is just so energetic. It's fantastic. And a batter. Ooh, that's a fair ball. That's a run. 1-0 AL, even though it doesn't really mean anything this year, but it's 1-0 AL. Sounds about it's the usual, right? That's what usually happens. Okay. I don't know. I think Donaldson always gives a grind out of bat. I mean, even though he might be hurting right now, as of late, he's been swinging the bat well, taking tough pitches. You can never go wrong with JD. You really can't. If you pick if Jays or sell. Oh, I don't know about Stroman, man. Like, Stroman's still a guy you keep. Like, he's still got a lot of years in him. You know, him and Sanchez, I think if you're keeping two starting pitchers, I think those are the two guys that you keep around, because those two guys are you drafted them, you developed them, and they're still fairly young at least. Yeah, 1,000 subs. Last time I checked, you were under 200. You know what? It pretty much feels like that to me too. It's been absolutely it's been insane. You think the Jays will land D. Gordon? Well, I'd love D. Gordon. Fast player, leadoff guy, right there. Just a great hitter overall. Will he work in the American League? I mean, if he does come to the Jays, then we'd have to wait and see. But I don't know. It depends what you have to give up for him. And that's something I don't want to give up young guys for a D. Gordon, because this team is not a one-player fix. So if they're giving up any crazy good guys, then yeah. Everybody hears the things about Stroman and Donaldson about being traded. Is that really true? I can't see the Jays getting rid of Stroman. I just can't. You know, the guy's been with the team for, what, a couple of years? Oh, like three full seasons? The injury last year and this year, and he was in the bullpen the year before. So I guess technically 4 years, but if you're looking at full seasons, it's been 2 years. So what? Aaron Judge, no way. No. Okay. 1-0 AL, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Just want to see Justin Smoke come up there and hit a shot. I'd be pretty crazy. Forget D. Gordon. You know what? Stroman is not going anywhere. I agree. I mean, I can't see them going him going anywhere. It just doesn't make sense for the team. It really doesn't. This team is trying. If they're going to try and stay young, he's the guy you keep around. Really. Forget D. Gordon. Jays are done. Sell off everything. You know, as soon as fastball's great, absolutely. And to go along with that, his nasty slider is just ridiculous. But no, if the Jays are going to sell, we're going to be able to, you know, I'm going to give them probably, because they have a 10-game road trip to start their informal second half of the season. So I'm interested to see what happens there. And if they struggle hard and they fall down in the dumps, then I think that's it. Because they'd be about the 100-game plateau, you know, and if you have a bad road trip, then you're probably going to be 9 games under 500, and I think that's when you'd call it. But some people think different, so that's fine. Have you watched any Raptors Summer League games? I saw highlights of, I think, pretty much all 3 games, and some of the young guys are looking pretty darn sweet. You know, so they should trade Vladdy Guerrero Jr. if they're never going to pay him. If they trade Vladdy, I am losing my mind. Because that guy is your future third baseman. I don't care if, you know, what people say. That is your guy. If you deal Donaldson, you would have more value at the end of the year. That's very true. Very true. But if you're going for that rebuild, would you want to wait that long? Right? So I don't know. I don't know what they were going to do. Right, yeah, he's going to want a ridiculous amount of money for Donaldson, and he's not going to be, if we're going through rebuild, he's not a guy you keep around. I understand he's a great player, but the guy's, 32, 31, and if you're going through a rebuild, it's not like hockey where it can happen the next year. It's a process. So it's going to be difficult if they try and keep Donaldson around. You know what? I would have loved to go to Camden Yards. My goal in life is to travel around the ballparks because there's so many beautiful ballparks. I'd love to go. And Camden Yards is obviously a place that I'd love to go. What position do you think the Jays really need to fill? I mean, obviously second baseman's a big hole. You could say left field because that's been a flip-flop with Carrera and Pearson. They've both been inconsistent. They're both in the field. So it's a tough one. Astros, Cubs, and Yankees did it. Yes, but look how bad the Astros were for how many years, right? So that's difficult. Brandon Kinsler on the mound. Oh, geez, okay, so he's the closer for the Twins. You don't hear much about the Twins. They had the great start, and they've kind of been mediocre all the way, so you don't hear much about them. They trade Vladdy, both Atkins. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think they will get fired if they trade him. Like, are you guys nuts? Like, yeah, I agree. Jays are all about minor league contracts. It's very true. They even signed Michael Saunders to that minor league contract. We haven't even seen him, but you can tell that half year he had with us was just literally a half year, and that was really it. Oh, Tropicana is sad. Okay, all right. When I said all ballparks, I mean, you know, maybe I do that once the Rays are gone from Tampa because that stadium is atrocious. It is awful. I've been to every. Well, you know what? How about you've been to every AL East stadium except Tropicana? Well, you know what? Kind of stay away from that place. It's not a nice place. I've heard nothing but poopy things about the damn place. So it's. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, I agree. The Astros were really bad for many years, like you said. But their team now, they're full of studs, and it takes the young core to get the veterans, and now look what they're doing. So, Justin Smoke isn't. You know what? He is doing what we are preaching. He did and is still doing what we have preached Kendrys Morales to do all season long, and that is change his approach. Smoke did it and has continued to do it, and he's an all-star. Last year we were saying, you know, low curveball, high fastball, you're getting him no problem. Well, what is the combination with Morales? High fastball, low curveball, you're getting him, and it always happens. It always happens. And Smoke is laying off that, and look at this. He's a stud. You want to go to Tropicana to see how disgusting it is? Well, okay. That could be fun. Smoke did well this game. Yeah, so far so good. Why don't you like TFC? I don't hate Toronto FC. You know, I don't hate them. It's just having 4 sports teams on. I mean, it would be very difficult to try and cover 4 teams. 3 is difficult in itself, but doing 4 teams would be absolutely insane. I mean, it'd be nuts, because you have Blue Jay games every single day, and then you have a TFC game, and it's crazy. Aaron, thanks, man, on the 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, buddy. Dodgers versus Houston World Series, you're calling it? Well, yeah. I mean, the way those teams are playing right now, I'm not going to deny that. It might happen. Don't forget about the Toronto Rock. Oh, yeah. Right. The Toronto Rock. You know, that's one reason why I think, you know, soccer it kills me sometimes, because you pay a bunch of money to go watch a game and it could be 0-0 and then you go home and it's like the sport's all right, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad sport, but I'm just saying that's tough. That's really tough. Do I think Toronto will ever have an NFL team? I don't know. I mean, I think they could have it. I mean, Toronto fans would definitely get behind it. If it's an actual NFL club, I mean, you can see the Argos don't have much going for them, like, fans-wise. There are some, but, whatever. You know, if they have one, would I be a fan? Yeah, I probably would, because I like watching some football. I'm not going to deny that. I like it. So, yeah, I'd probably watch it. Soccer is the best sport in the world. Well, it's the most, what is it, the most universal, the most worldwide sport in the world. I'm not going to disagree with you on that, and I don't hate watching it, but it's not my favorite sport out there. Do I have interest in the NFL? Yeah, I'll watch it from here and there and stuff, but with all the games we got to watch with Toronto teams and everything, it's very difficult to stay intact with the MLB as well, or the NFL as well. Favorite team, okay, favorite Toronto team in the MLB, and not sure what you're getting at there, my man. Do you watch the AHL Marlies? You know, when the Leafs were garbage, yeah, I was like wholeheartedly in with those guys. I don't know how long Riley, I don't know how long have you been watching the Marlies a long time, because I could start naming the players from back in the day, and let's see if we can fire that up there. Aaron Judge is hybrid. No, he's a freak of nature. That guy is not human. That guy is a tank. How many points do you think the Leafs will get this year? Well, I mean, what did they have last year? I know it was like 90-something. It was like 96, 93? Maybe 96, wasn't it? I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll crack 100. I don't know. I honestly have no idea at all. Depends on how Patrick Marleau works out with the team, and I'm not too sure. I honestly have no idea how many points the Leafs will get this season. You went to an Argos game and got free pizza. Well, yeah, I bet you're not complaining about that. I wouldn't complain. Yeah, those years when Jose was destroying baseballs. Yeah, amen to that. 54 dingers, man. Holy smokes. Who do you think is the best Raptor of all time? Oh, my God. There's so many debates about that. You could say DeRozan. You could say Vince Carter. You can say Tracy McGrady for when he was here. Right? It's so tough to say with that. Thoughts on D. Gordon, rumors to the Jays? Great player. Speedster. Can hit the ball well. Not going to, I wouldn't be opposed, but it all depends on what the team's giving up. I don't want to give up any top prospects, because that's what this team lacked over the past few years with Anthopoulos ripping apart some of the system. So, yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it, my man. I really do. How do you think the Leafs will be able to pay Matthews Marner after signing Marleau? Okay. So before I get to that comment, I'll just get up here. Hey, man, Riley, it's up to you, my man. You want to give me a shout out? You do what you need to do. If not, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna say, hey, give me a shout out in your video. No, I'm not gonna ask you that. It's no problem, man. No worries. How do I feel about Kyle Lowry? I love Kyle Lowry. I love the energy he has, the grit and determination he has. And we do got to realize, and everyone's saying, oh, he's getting old. Last year, I mean, I understand he didn't play a full season. But if you're counting just statistics from each year, he had his best statistical season last year. Out of, like, what, 3-point percentage, his points per game were off the charts. So, you know, I like him. I don't like how the last season ended, though, for sure. But it's really tough to say with that. How do you think the Raptors rank in the East? Well, they haven't really done a whole lot to change. I'd say third or fourth right now because, you know, Washington's that wild card team. Boston looks really good right now. Obviously, adding you know, I think it was Gordon Hayward they adding him. It's crazy. OG, hey, love him, love OG. Now there was a comment I was gonna answer here. Hold up, let me try and find it. Where was it? Oh, yes, okay. So, Brody, how do you think the Leafs will be able to sign Matthews, Marner, Nylander after signing Marleau? Now, the thing we got to look at is the upcoming contract situations and who will stay, who will go, that kind of thing. And also, yes, Patrick Marleau got $6.25 million a season. We're all freaking out. And I even freaked out in the video because I'm like, I didn't know all the details involved. But what I had learned is that 3 years, 6.25 or 18.25, I think it was the total contract. It goes 6.25, I think it's 6.25, and then I think in the final year it's only $1.25 million you're paying him. So that guy, you drop $5 million on the guy. Now, if he's old and decrepit and can't play anymore, you try and ship him out, and it's a small contract for people to handle. So, you know, it's okay. It's not bad. I think they'll be able to sign all the big boys too. They won't have a problem there. Thoughts on OG? Love him. I can't wait to watch that guy play. I understand he's hurt right now, but I'm pumped. I can't wait to watch him play. Thoughts on the home run derby? You know what? I got to admit, I worked and I couldn't watch it, but I watched as many highlights as I could. And Aaron Judge, like I said earlier in the stream, he is a freak. He is a monster. You know, everyone thinks Boer's going to beat him. He had 22 home runs. Yeah, just hang on. 23 for Judge, and he hits a couple 500-foot bombs. It's ridiculous. Thoughts on the Miami Heat? I mean, they're a good-looking team. You know, you can never count them out. Everyone thought they were going to be an absolute garbage team last year. They started out atrocious, but they came back and just missed the playoffs. So, again, you never really know. Are the Raptors a better team with C.J. Miles' addition? I personally think so. Just by looking at his three-point percentage over the past few years. What did the Raptors lack this year? 3-point percentage. What did he shoot last year from 3? 41%. Put that into perspective, Lowry shot 41%. So, it's good. It's decent. You know, it's not bad at all. Leafs have $32 million cap space. There you go. You know, they're going to be okay. The Leafs are going to be okay. We got to trust. I mean, come on. You're really telling me that Lou Lamoriello and Shanahan are just going to let Matthews, Nylander, and Marner walk? No. It's not going to happen. Maybe for the Jays to start winning, you got to change up the jersey and the hat. Huh. Well, maybe I could put this jersey on. I don't know if you guys would be interested. This is the 2012 All-Star Game jersey with Bautista on the back. How much was this? Like $50 or something? It was something like that. It was like the last one there, so it was pretty crazy. I got this. If you ever wanted to be on a Toronto sports team? Of course. When you're younger, you dream of that stuff. But then you get older and reality hits, and you're like, yeah, I'm not good enough. But there you go. Do you think the Raptors should rebuild if they lose in the first round? Well, clearly they've put some money into Ibaka, and they've put some money into Lowry, and they've put money into DeRozan. So clearly they're not looking for a one-year wonder season and rebuild after that. Clearly they're not thinking that way. So I kind of doubt they will. But a first-round exit, you never really know what's going to happen. Have I been to an Argos game? Once. I think it was one time I went to an Argos game. Don't really remember. It was a long time ago. But, yeah, I think I went to one game. Where do I work? Well, okay. You know, might as well tell you. I work at Walmart. Yep, there it is. Fire it out there. Got to get something money in, boys. No worries. Second best player in the East. Are you talking, what, basketball? Or are you talking American League East baseball? Eastern Conference hockey? What are you going with that? I'm not sure. Favorite Jays player. If we're talking right now, I got to say Marcus Stroman or Roberto Osuna. If I had to pick one guy, it'll be Stroman. Yeah, that would be my thing. I think OG, Powell, Siakam are going to be the future. Oh, absolutely. I mean, seeing what Siakam did in the D League last year and seeing what he's done in the Summer League so far, he looks like a darn good player. You know, and I think he might get a legit shot this year to do some damage, really. I went to 3 Nets games last year and they won 1. So you were damn lucky. Wow. Okay, well, that's pretty crazy. What position do you play in baseball? Second base. That's my spot. That's my home. So that's why one of my favorite players is Robinson Cano. Just by watching the guy play, it's unbelievable. Favorite sport? Oh, I can't answer that. Can't answer that. You know, I've been asked that before, and I can't. Because if I say one, I'll be like, oh, but I love this about this sport, and I just can't do it. Do I miss Edwin? Yeah. After seeing what, you know, I thought Morales signing, well, just switch hitter. He puts up about the same numbers. But after watching Morales hit this year, I miss Edwin Encarnacion. I really do. Which Walmart? Yeah, you know what? I don't want to say any of that kind of stuff. Sorry about that, guys. I really don't. Second best player in the East, NBA. Second best player. Oh gosh, well we all know who number 1 is, and the East is a joke this year. So Jimmy Butler's gone, Paul George is gone, all these other guys are gone. See, a lot of people are going to say Isaiah Thomas. People could say DeMar DeRozan for that matter. I don't know. I'm going to look up some guys and just trying to like jog some memory here, but Kyrie, he's another piece that's really, really good. You know, John Wall, Bradley Beal, those 2 guys are studs too. I don't know if I can pick 2. Yeah, I don't know if I can't pick one guy. Some man just hit 30K. Hey, congratulations, man! 30K subs. That's a crazy number. Congratulations, bud. All right. Oh my goodness, I am way behind here. What do you think of the Eastern Conference in the NBA? It's gonna be a laughing stock compared to the West. It's gonna be like it was a couple of years ago, with a team like 6 games over 500 doesn't get in, and 3 teams under 500 get into the East. It's gonna be that kind of thing. Want to meet you in real life. We live in the same city. It would be cool. Wow, I mean, you know, if I'm going to a Jays game anytime soon, I'll let you guys know in the video. I mean, I'll probably let you guys know in advance when that'll be. So, you know, if you guys do, hit me up, and, you know, we'll see what we can do. Yonder Alonso, what a stud. That's a base hit. Anybody from... No, nobody has said that to me yet. Nobody has said that to me, that I'm the guy from YouTube. No one has said that. You deserve the 1,000 subs. You did a lot of work. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. You know, it does take a lot of work to get where you want to be, and, you know, I've put in a lot of effort, but I've gotten a lot of support from you guys, so that's just what keeps driving me, is you guys here. Highest level you played in baseball? I played AAA, and I played varsity for college, but other than that, you know, nothing else higher than that. Do I live near Mississauga? No, I'm out in Scarborough, so kind of the other side of Toronto, so, yeah, not too close to Mississauga, I guess. Do you think Joe West, what a stud behind the dish. Oh, Joe West, the legend. Oh, I love Joe West. That guy's hilarious. That's hilarious. Taking a selfie with Joe West. Man, I would do that in an instant. Guy's an absolute legend. Do you think the All-Star... wait, do you think Toronto will get the All-Star game? I think they will at some point. I mean, I can see why not. Mississauga Steelheads hockey. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, man, Morales makes me cringe. Absolutely. Second favorite MLB team? Oh, my goodness. One team. Uh-oh. Nelson Cruz. That is deep and caught. Second favorite MLB team. That is tricky. That is a really tricky one. I'm not going to be a biased guy and say the Dodgers or the the Astros. I'm not going to do any of that. But I think I gotta say the Nationals. I love Bryce Harper. I love the way that guy plays. Are you into sneakers? Not a big guy. I'm not a huge guy into sneakers. Not really. How to become a Jays fan? Born and raised a Blue Jay fan. Love baseball from the get-go. So that's the way I kind of got that. Yankees finally released Chris Carter. Yeah, well. I mean, that guy, he did in Houston, was it a couple years ago? Didn't he hit like 180 with like 30 bombs? Like, it's hilarious. Or 190 with like 30 bombs. That's great. Second favorite team in each league? Basketball, do I even have a second team in basketball? I don't know. Don't give me that. Don't give me that Golden State Cleveland crap. No, I'm not a... biggest sports star in Toronto. Wait, biggest? Are you asking me that, or are you? Scarborough homie. Thanks, Riley. Appreciate it, buddy. How do you feel about Damar on the 2K18 cover? Oh, I think the guy deserves it. I mean, it's a Canadian. I think it's the Canadian cover, so no question he deserves it. No, I've not been to that Wet and Wild Park. No, I have not been there. Diamondbacks, yeah, they're a good-looking team. I really like the looks of the Diamondbacks. Jose Ramirez getting an MVP. I don't know if he will, but he's a very kind of like an underrated type of player. I'm glad he got the starting role in the All-Star game because the guy's a fantastic player. I mean, he's a really good-looking player. It's just fantastic. I already answered that. I think it's at third or fourth in the Eastern Conference. I think that's where the Raptors will kind of sit. Have you noticed Morales' swing is really lazy compared to Edwin's? You know what? I wouldn't say lazy, but it's what makes me laugh about Kendrys Morales is we've heard, especially on their broadcasts and everything, saying, well, Kendrys Morales told us today that he's getting that steady dose of curveballs, so he knows what's coming. But in that game, he's still swinging the curveballs in the dirt, and I'm thinking, well, okay, so you know it's coming, but you don't do anything about it. Basically, the Justin Smoke situation over the past few years. That's what's been happening. I am not a Cavaliers fan or a Golden State fan. Not even close. Nationals just intruding the Orioles territory. Yeah. Do I miss Edwin? Yes. That's all I gotta say. Does Warden count in Scarborough? Does Warden count in Scarborough? Yes, it does. I think it's Victoria Park's the cutoff. I think it is. Do I watch WWE? No, I do not. Sorry about that, buddy. Just wondering, 2004 to 2011. That was, oh my goodness. You know what? I liked it. I mean, that's pretty much, when I was growing up with the Blue Jays. So that's just what I remember. What did I think of it? I mean, I like what they have now. I like the blue they have now. They were okay back then. I actually do have a Scott Rowland, one of those jerseys. So that's pretty. It's signed by Vernon Wells too, which is kind of nuts. Ever meet any Jays? Well, I actually just said it. Vernon Wells I met. If you guys remember, this is how, if you're a hardcore Jays fan, like hardcore, the left-hander, Jesse Carlson, he's probably with the Jays for like 1 year. He came out of the bullpen. I met him once. Who is the biggest sports player right now in Toronto? Oh, my goodness. I mean, you could say Austin Matthews. You could say DeRozan or Lowry. You can say Donaldson or Bautista. I mean, it's so... Each team has their own guy, but Austin Matthews, I think he's way up there. Second favorite team is the Rockies. Yeah, I agree with that. Do I think Van Vliet or DeLon? Absolutely. I think they can be great role players. I think, yeah, I don't know about a star, but very good role play. I mean, you never know what you're going to see. You never know what you're going to see. But have I met any Maple Leafs players? I know I've met two for sure. I'm trying to think about anybody else. Yeah, we're going way back now. Alexei Ponikarovsky and Nikolai Antropov. I've met those two guys. I have a picture, actually. When I was really small, I have a picture with them. That's pretty crazy there. Do you remember Jojo Reyes? Jojo Reyes. That name sounds so familiar. He was the pitcher, wasn't he? I think he only pitched for one season. He didn't pitch for much. Favorite NBA player? That's tough. I love Damian Lillard. Unbelievable guy. John Wall's another one. What do I think about Lonzo Ball? I think he's going to be a great player. I just hope his dad... I hope he doesn't become garbage, because then his dad looks like an absolute dumbass. So, that's going to be interesting. That's your thoughts about the Blue Jays. That's what you thought about. Okay, yeah, I get that. I can see that. Boston #1. Yankees #2. Yeah, you know what? At this point... Oh, that's deep. That's deep. And it's gone! Who was that? Yachty! Yachty Molina. What a stud. Love that guy behind the dish. Guy can take a ball in the crotch, but he's still ready to go. Do I think Drake helps Toronto in any sport? Yeah, I think he helps the Raptors, obviously, with all that kind of stuff. I remember the Jays had Carlos Delgado and Shannon Stewart. Yeah, remember Frank Catalanato too. Have I ever went to Wonderland in Mississauga? I went up to one in Richmond Hill. I've gone up there. Mississauga. No, if that's what you're talking about, no. I don't know if Trout can win it at that point. I mean, there's a lot of players with more games played. I don't know. It'd be tricky for him at this point. Well, JV, will we get back for JV and not? Oh, yo, geez, I got to catch up to the comments. Sorry about that, guys. Whoever I missed here. Grabowski was a stud. Yeah, if he wasn't getting concussions and getting crushed by Chara all the time. Best Blue Jay moment this season. Jeez. Yeah, really. Jeez. Not sure. You could say Roberto Osuna saving when he struck out Aaron Judge just a couple weeks, like last week or something. That was a pretty big one. Thoughts on the Wizards? John Wall's an underrated superstar. Oh, absolutely, he's a superstar in himself, no question about it. Vancouver needs a baseball team. Well, they have the Vancouver Canadians, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they'll get an MLB team. I think it would be more Montreal than anything else, just because of the way Toronto promotes the whole Montreal thing. How old are you? Just wondering. I'm 20. Just a heads up there. You look like the Ottawa Senators. Ricky Romero equals bust. He was great for a couple of years, and then down the hole. Do you like the Vegas Golden Knights, and how do you think they'll do this year? From the roster they have, it's I don't know. I don't know how good they look or how bad they look. It's a little shaky, but I don't know. Yachty Molina, I love him, man. He's such a grinded out type of guy. Has a lot of fun too. Any more trades for the Raps? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe JV. That's kind of one of the only things I can think about. Ricky Romero. Yeah, he was really good, but then he just lost everything. Once he got a girlfriend. Should the NHL go back to the old playoff format? Like 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, like kind of the 8 seed. I liked that. I personally did like that. Golden Knights suck. Yes, they do. 0-0. Yeah, that was the year. Most overrated team in the MLB. Overrated? I don't know. I'm not too sure. That's a tough one. Yeah. Well, don't worry. Everyone's wearing Ricky Romero jerseys. I'm out here wearing a Brett Laurie jersey. So hang in there, boys. Don't worry. Astros over or under 107 wins this season. That's tough. That's real tough. I think it's ever so possible they can do that. Thoughts on Greg Zahn? You know what? There's times where I agree with him, but there's times where I question a lot of things he says. But it's the same with every analyst. I mean, some people question what I say sometimes. You know, it's the same thing with everybody.
He's now 5 for 8 as an All-Star. His first home run has tied us at 1 apiece.
You think Bozak will be gone? I hope not. You know, the thing is, though, the whole contract situation with Bozak and JVR and Leo Komarov and all those type of guys, it's a little fishy when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I'd love to see Bozak, JVR, and Leo come back. Will they? I don't know. Well, all three of them, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'd like to see Bozak come back, but I'm not sure. The Cleveland Cavaliers next season. They haven't done a lot this offseason. There's been rumors, but they haven't really done anything. Like, as of huge moves, they haven't really done a whole lot. So I'm not sure.
When it's time to have a good time, nothing refreshes like the easy drinking ice cold chase of a cold glass of milk. Now this is what I call a home run.
Do I honestly think they'll make the playoffs? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't. They need to have a ridiculous last bit. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Favorite Blue Jays player that not a lot of people remember. Ooh, okay. All right. I don't... I love David Eckstein, if you guys remember him. Leadoff guy, faster than heck. I think he was a shortstop or a second baseman, too. Great player. Fantastic. Yeah, Robert Island. You mean also Joffrey Lupul and Nathan Horton Island, too, eh? Predict the Eastern Conference standings next year. Oh, God, I can't do that for the NBA. I mean, you can tell the top four, not in order, but you can tell the top four, and after that, it's just a mess. So I have no idea. My dad played music in the ECHL. No way. Thoughts on Sweet Lou? You know, you look at his actual numbers. Like, points per game was great, but his percentages were a little off. He had games where he was great. He has games where he was garbage, right? So, the little guy, David Eckstein, absolutely. Favorite fast food restaurant? Well, that's random. I don't know. That's tricky. Will you be quiet, Smart? Giving everybody crap. Best team you've seen this year? Which sport are we talking? Which sport are we talking here? Thoughts on?
In the World Series was dependent on the All-Star winner. As of this year, that rule no longer exists. Some changes here to start things as Jay Plant takes over at third.
Do I know Messi? Personally, no. But I know who he is, yes.
This year is a former Miami Marlin, left-hander Brad Hand. And pitched 5 seasons with Miami to get Sanchez to foul off the first pitch. And is 27 years old, originally drafted by
I think the Timberwolves look like a great young team. It's going to be tricky in the tough Western Conference, but they got Jimmy Butler now, and they have the young guys that they're developing. They look real nice, but who knows?
and a big swing and a miss to put Sanchez behind 0-2. Part of the rebuilt, younger, different-looking New York Yankees. The back of the baseball card's not as rich.
Pick 3 players of the...
He's not used to what we're seeing, of course. Veterans for the most
Oh
part.
my gosh, that's tricky. 3 players of any era. Oh my goodness. Well, you need a starting pitcher, so you got to go with Doc, because the guy was just unreal. Batter, oh my goodness. Can we say Delgado maybe? 3 players. I don't know. I don't know about the last one. Maybe even Roberto Osuna. I mean, the guy is unbelievable.
You see the Yankees all-star trio age 25 and younger in
Do I hate the Yankees? I mean, I'm a Jays fan, so there you go. If the Rockets land mellow, do you think they'll knock off the Warriors? No. No. I'm sorry. You know, what the Warriors were like a couple years ago, and then they add Durant, and they keep their bench this year. Like they kept Iguodala, and I think they got Livingston back as well. There's unbelievable. Do you like that the Leafs got Patrick? They didn't get Nolan Patrick. That was the Philadelphia Flyers got Nolan Patrick. How many times have you seen a real life Blue Jay game? Oh my! I honestly I can't count that. I can't. Me and my buddy had a flex pack last year of 12 games, and that's 1 year. So it's tricky to pick one. Judges on roids. Well, you know what? I continue to possibly think that because, hang on, Yankee fans, before you start saying, no, he's not, Justin Smoke is too. Well, you have an argument there, I guess, from going to absolute crap your whole career into what he's doing this year. But Aaron Judge went from hitting, what did he hit last year? 180, 190, maybe over 200, not 100% sure how he ended last year. And he struck out over half of his at-bats. And I understand he was a rookie, and that's just the way it was. I get that. But now he's hitting, 329, leading the league in home runs. I mean, you kidding me? In one offseason? But, hey, maybe it's legit. Maybe he's just a stud. I don't know. Van Vliet or DeLon? That's tough. We've seen more of DeLon than Van Vliet. But, I don't know. They each have kind of like different kind of things. So it's tricky to say when it comes to that. I don't know a whole lot about Tom Hankey. Obviously didn't see him play. Didn't see him pitch for the Jays at all. Obviously, my dad's a huge fan of him. So, I forgot who had asked my 3 favorite Blue Jays, I heard him saying, Terminator, that kind of stuff. So I heard a report where it said reported Kendrick Morales gave up on the Jays. So then why don't they just get rid of him? Because if he's given up on us, why don't we give up on him? If that's true. Yeah, well, if the Leaf games were as cheap as Hurricanes games, that would be even more difficult to go to a game, right? But what high school did I go to? I'm going to keep that a little quiet, too. Sorry about that, buddy. I know you want to know some very personal things, but I'm sorry about that, man. But I think the balls are juiced. That's possible. It could also be that the bats are, it could be the bats maybe. It could be that the guys are huge. It could be a little bit of everything, really. Jose Bautista and Jesse Barfield follow you on Twitter. Well, hey, congrats to that. That's actually crazy. Do I think DeMar will put 3-pointers into his game? I hope so. I really hope so, because if he can get that, then he's an all-around stud. He's a great player right now, but yes. Favorite place to visit? Well, that's tricky. I don't know about that. That's very broad. I don't know if you mean a ballpark. What do you mean? Can Pujols realistically get to 700 home runs? I don't know, man. That guy is a beast. I think it's possible, depending on how long he plays, right? Why do they have a big drop off? I don't know. You can't just say age, because 1 year doesn't kill your whole team. So it's tricky. It's very tricky. Extending Brooke Jacoby. We don't know what the problem is with the hitting. We don't know if it's Brooke Jacoby. We don't know if it's the actual hitters themselves. We have no idea, because these are a bunch of veterans. If they could tell Brooke Jacoby to shove it. I doubt it, but I doubt they'll say that, but I'm just saying, you never know. The Jays had to drop because they didn't want to pay Edwin. You know what? And that's a big hole now that you look at it, right? So it's really tricky to say. So we're gonna. Is Justin Smoke up soon? Hold up. Can we do that? Are they gonna say the? If Smoke's up soon, then we'll watch Smokey bat, and then I think we'll call it a night on the stream. I just wanted to give you guys this for one that we hit 1,000 subscribers, so I wanted to give you guys a little something also, and also wanted to get on the stream with you guys here. So that's what we wanted to do. I don't know what's going on. They're not even going to commercial. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, Smokey's out of the game. Oh, geez, sorry about that. You see, I've been so sidetracked here. Morales is just as good as Eddie. Well, statistically, it's not that different. But you look at Morales and look at Edwin. When you watched Encarnacion play, did you ever say to yourself, "This is how you get Edwin out 100% of the time"? I don't remember saying any of that. He was just an all-around good hitter. Balls away, he's smacking it the other way. Curveball down, he's kind of fouling off, and when he gets a pitch up, he's crushing it. Right, and he lays off the high pitches. But with Morales, you give that guy a low curveball and in, or a curveball in general. He's swinging through it. High fastball, he's chasing it. So it's kind of that kind of thing. I think Osuna might pitch the 8th. Oh, well, what inning are we in now? I've lost total track of everything right now. Eddie strikes out more though. Well, because I think they pitch him more carefully. You know what I mean? They know how to. He's not as predictable as Morales. You know what I mean? It's difficult to say in that sense. Will the Jays get D. Gordon? I don't know what they'd have to give up for him. I really don't know what they'd have to give up. Edwin can't be the only reason for that drop off, though. No, it's not. It's not just Edwin. I mean, I don't know. It's really everybody, to be honest. But. I should have got 1,000 subscribers when I started YouTube. That's just not how it works, my man. You got to do your time. You got to grow. That's what you got to do. It's a long process, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Travis and Pompey, yeah, those if Pompey and Travis can stay healthy, they're great looking players, and so is Anthony Alford if he can stay healthy. Do I play baseball? Yes, I do. Who else can the Jays go for? Honestly, it all depends on which situation they're going in. Oh, lose Raptors' most disappointing loss. Oh my goodness. I gotta say Game 7 against the Nets, because the series against the Wizards was just a disgrace. It was just awful to watch the whole series. But with Game 7, it was that close. It was that close, and that's it. You lost, right? So. Is this the worst offensive Jays team you've seen? It might be pretty close, just because how predictable this team is and how many double plays this team grounds into is frustrating the heck out of me. It's very difficult, very, very difficult to predict next year's Jays roster. It's very difficult. Hodor versus Bautista. Ha! Do I think Liriano sucks? He has his days, right? He has his days where he's good, then he has his days where he's really bad. So it's a toss-up, really. Are the Cubs even going to make the playoffs? That's tricky, because their starting pitching isn't what they... I mean, Jake Arrieta is clearly not what he was. And their hitters aren't there, and it's not really what it used to be. It really was. That's crazy. I didn't expect to say this at all. The biggest reason for the Jays drop off: early injuries, missing Edwin. I think Edwin did a lot more for the clubhouse than we thought. But I'm not gonna say it's just one guy. I can't say it's just one guy. You think the Raptors will shock the young guys will shock everybody? Well, I hope you're right. I hope we're just. We're all. That would be exciting. That would be very exciting to see the young guys do that. Don't you wish Smoke was it? Yes. But then again, where would he play? First base all the time? Or where's Edwin going? DH all the time? I don't know. Edwin is pretty good at first base. should be a genie in the rotation. Not right now. That's all I got to say. D. Gordon, I've heard a lot of that. And great player. Just a little worried about what you'd have to give up for him, right? Who do you think the best starters and who has the best bullpen? Cleveland, I mean, you can't go wrong with their rotation. And, well, the rotation, see, that's tough. The Nationals are always in there when it comes to the rotation. The Mets with a healthy rotation is always good. So it's a toss-up. It depends healthy or not, really. Oh, Roberto Osuna's out there. Oh, there he is. Okay, I apologize for not reading many comments right now and replying to you guys because the man himself, Roberto Osuna, is on the mound. Walked 3 guys all season long. Betances, what do you think? There's one out. Hey, wait, there's one away. 21 consecutive. That's what you call a stud. I love it. I love it. Thoughts on John Gibbons' love affair with Kevin Pillar and Aaron Luke? Oh, it's deep love. It's very deep love with those 2 guys. Wall, Kyrie, or Lillard? Oh, you had to make me choose. I don't know. I don't know. I love all 3 of them. They're both great in their own ways. All right, Roberto. That's a strike right there. He's hot right now. A little bit, yeah. Oh, timing's gone. If JV is still on the team, well, you got to go DeMar or Kyle DeMar. You'd probably go CJ Miles at this point. Just because, you know, do you really... I mean, OG probably won't be ready to start the season, so you don't really know. And then probably Ibaka and JV. I mean, I think that's what you would have to start with. And that's really what we saw last year, except for CJ Miles. So, Osuna sucks at pitching bad. Yeah, I agree. Oh, that's nasty. See ya. Come on, Conforto. I think he will play Marlowe with Willie and Austin. I really do think so. That's a greasy blooper. Tough one. Whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it could end in a tie. I actually don't know that. Oh, yes, sir. That's a nice pitch. JB needs to be traded. If the guy learns how to shoot threes, then maybe not. But then again, his defense is a little shaky. So, it's a tough one, but whatever. Corey Seager. All right, Roberto, let's go, big man. Come on now. Ground ball, little player, or a beautiful strikeout. Whatever works for you. Oh, there's a ground ball. Here we go. There's one. And double. Roberto, hey now. All right. Last couple questions here. See what we say. Should the Jays trade Donaldson? It all depends on what happens. Again, right after the All-Star break, we'll see what happens, and then we'll tell from there. Just a heads up, guys. I'm just gonna let you guys know actually right now before we get off here. If the Jays do rebuild, I'm just saying the videos will continue. It's not like I'm just gonna stop and wait until they get good. I'm going to continue the videos, and I just hope you guys stick around and go with me through the process. All right. But I think that's going to do it for the stream, guys. I mean, we've been on here for almost 50 minutes, and we saw Smoke get a couple, well, not in the stream, but we saw Roberto pitch. He did a fine job, so that's all we can do right now. Congrats on the 1,000. Thank you. We'll soon catch Mariano Rivera's save record. I mean, it's tough to say right now. It's a long ways away, but that's going to do it, guys. I really do appreciate all your guys' support through all this, and through all the, I mean, through since we started the channel. It's been crazy. I really do appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys, I guess, Friday. You know, as the Jays look to get something going. I really do appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys soon.